how does AI potentially impact the way that we run and manage the association business?
I think that the beauty of AI, especially as it becomes a tool that is more and more available at reasonable pricing, means that it's putting a massive amount of knowledge and easily accessible knowledge in the hands of associations and association staff. And it creates an interface for them to be able to access and use that knowledge very, very quickly and easily. So what that then ties to is to potentially enabling much more rapid creation of content. Now, that could be content that's being used for marketing purposes. It could be, communications-based content. It could be content that's going to go up on the website, or it could be content that, that is going to be proprietary in nature, that's being used by the organization to deliver training or education in some way. And what all that then ties to is a real leveling of the playing field around allowing organizations to scale far beyond potentially the small staff that they are. It gives them that ability to move more quickly and do more quickly than ever before.
That's great. So there's a lot of conversation in the media and even amongst people about things that could be complicating issues or maybe concerns or fears around using AI. And so, what are some of the things that you share with people who maybe express hesitation related to AI and its use for associations?
I think, being concerned is very wise, but potentially stifling the ability to use that innovation is dangerous, because before you know it, you've been there's a lot of leapfrogging going on, and we work now in a very, very competitive industry. And so it really is about creating that balance. And that balance comes from awareness and training. So the things to be aware of within, the pitfalls within AI are that if you don't have a good governance policy, there is a risk that nobody really knows how to use it. There are no real rules on how to use it. And as we're seeing every minute of every day, there are new AI-based tools coming out that are available. Some of these tools are extremely good. Some of them actually are even nefarious and are being put out there because of the hype around AI, and they're actually only being used to gather information. And that's another aspect of this, that whether you're using a well-known tool, so insert your brand name here. There are many well-known tools of AI now or not. We have to be careful with what information we're sharing, because if we're sharing information that is proprietary in nature, that we wouldn't want to be out on our public website, for example, then we should also not be sharing that in a direct way with one of these off-the-shelf services, because by doing that, we run the risk that we're exposing personal data about our organization or about our members to that AI, which could then be exposed to other people in the future. Having said that, there are ways to achieve all of these things safely. And that's where really the policies, the training, and the governance policy especially come to play, to make sure that we're using these tools safely and wisely.
That's good to know and also reassuring. So you work with a number of associations through AMC and through consulting partnerships. What are some of the things that those groups are putting into place right now to enable their teams to actually be able to use AI effectively? And maybe what are a couple of the key best practices that volunteer leaders should be aware of as well?
Yeah, I think that it really starts with creating that policy and that the governance around how these tools and which tools should be used, because otherwise, right now, like in any emerging technology field, it is a little bit of the Wild West. So as I mentioned before, there are really literally hundreds of new tools coming available every week. And so by defining which tools it is that we say that can be used within the organization, and providing frameworks around the use of those tools, for staff, and then correspondingly providing training both on how to use the tools, but also what the tools should be used for, and more importantly, or as importantly, what they should not be used for. Then we create a positive framework for the entire organization to be able to leverage this new exciting technology in a way that's safe and positive for the organization. Second to that, and also really very important is in helping organizations to ideate on how might we use AI that isn't maybe just the way that we all think of it, right? That we go to AI and we say, I need you to help me build this, and the AI helps you build that. That's great. But there's an also incredibly exciting space with AI where AI can actually be part of helping you define a new way of engaging with member experience, with IP that you have, training courses, education, certification, and repackaging that in a brand new way for a new way of doing business with our members and other organizations that can really redefine our brand. And so those types of things might take a little bit longer to achieve. So having those conversations early, makes sense because there's a little bit longer of a roadmap to that one.
That's great. Do you have an example of a project or a product that you've are aware of or maybe have worked on for an association that really helped them elevate a resource or do something more quickly, just as an example?
Absolutely, yeah. There's one exciting project that we've worked on where an organization had a lot of historic journals and journal articles, and of course they had a traditional search that was in front of those journal articles. It worked well, and it was it was a very popular aspect of being a member of the organization. What we were able to do in collaborating with that organization is to bring that into really a next level where you can still do your search and find the things you're looking for, but now you can actually engage with AI to have a conversation with that article. You can ask that article questions. You can ask it to follow up with more information. And all of that is being done, trained on proprietary information that is only available through the association. So we're not putting that on the web in general. We're not training public AI with that. We're actually training private AI with that. So it's retained as IP within the association itself. And they're not taking any risks of exposing that information where it shouldn't be, but still bringing the power of AI to their members so that they can engage with that content in new and exciting ways.